One of the coolest things about being able to stand up here and MC this event, this is my 23rd year doing this on the main stage with Hempfest, is I get to introduce some amazing folks. Sometimes I get to introduce some folks that I consider my best friends, that I have a tremendous amount of respect and love for. And that's what I'm doing right now. If you're getting in trouble in Seattle for marijuana, especially medical marijuana, the person I think you should call is the next speaker, Douglas Hiatt, attorney at law, a crusader, a cannabis warrior, and one of my best friends. Give it up to Doug Hiatt.
Thank you, Vivian. How's everybody doing out there? Welcome back, as Madeline said, to the greatest family reunion on the planet. Y'all looking good out there. We got some problems, folks, here in Washington State, and I want to let you know about them. I want to tell you the straight scoop. We have got a problem coming up in the next legislative session. Medical marijuana patients are under attack. The recreational law 502 that has, unfortunately, some fatal flaws is being used as an excuse to eliminate and get rid of medical marijuana in this state. This is a motherfucking red alert because they're gonna take it away. You gotta get busy. You cannot stop. You cannot let the legislature do this to sick and dying people. It is utter bullshit that they are going to throw medical patients under the bus for fucking state tax revenue. Do not let that happen in any way, shape, or form. That's not what we're about. Hubert Humphrey said you could judge a society by the way it takes care of the sick, the young, the poor, the old. We are failing. We have got to do a better job. And one way we can show people in Washington State that we can do that better job is that we can get out there in the time that we have left before the legislature convenes again, and we can let them know that it is totally fucking unacceptable to declare war on medical marijuana patients in order to balance your fucking state budget. We need to tell them to get their heads out of their asses and start taking care of people. They need to be held accountable. Eric Mevis is a medical marijuana patient that's been here with me before. And he couldn't be here today with me because he's at home, he's busy dying. And these fucking people want to take away his medicine and cut down his limits and take away everything that we have fought for 23 years to stop. Do not let this happen in Washington State on your watch. Don't let it happen. Fight like a motherfucker for these people. Don't ever stop. Fight, fight, fight. Help Hempfest do it. Being here, Hempfest is one way to fight. Support Hempfest. The hell that the city is putting this group of activists through is unconscionable. Not getting a permit until 48 hours before the event is ridiculous. Treat us with some respect. We have got to take control and save the patients, put on Hempfest, legalize marijuana, and above all, change the goddamn law. Change the law. Policy is nothing. Change the federal law. Change the state law. Help us. Save patients. Fight like a motherfucker.
Douglas Hiatt. And Ngaio Bealum came from California, is that right? All the way from California. He's one of the funniest people I've ever seen. This is his, I don't know, your 10th, 15th year speaking to Seattle Hempfest. I don't want to take any more time because I've got some important words for you. Give it up to my brother Ngaio.
Make more noise, damn it. Who here likes marijuana? Let's hear it for weed. How about pot? Who likes pot? Who likes grass? What about trees? How about fire? How about cannabis? I'm just going to do that for 10 minutes. I'm just going to do synonyms for weed. You can make up words for weed as long as you use the verb twist or roll. Everybody knows what you're talking about. Hey, man, twist up a skiff diffler. All right, dog. One fat skiffy coming up. Where do you keep your skiffnaciousness at? I love marijuana. I go hard for weed. I'm from California. We're going to legalize weed in 2016, right after Oregon does it this year. If you live somewhere, go hard for weed. Go hard. I go door to door in my neighborhood like a weed Jehovah's Witness. I have some good news about weed. Can I share it with you? Good morning. I'd like to talk to you about my personal relationship with marijuana. Do you have a few moments? Hi, have you accepted weed in your life? I have some papers here somewhere. I forgot where I put them, but I love weed. I'll tell you why. Marijuana has medicinal properties. You guys all know this shit. You always read something. Weed helps with this. Weed fixes that. Weed's good for this. They just published a study. Marijuana helps to alleviate the symptoms and the onset of Alzheimer's disease. It's true. How it works is you get so used to forgetting shit, you develop a system. Then the Alzheimer's kicks in. You don't even know. You just think you're high. Right? That's not a bad way to live, because you do forget a lot of shit when you smoke a lot of weed. Mostly I forget where I put my weed. That's really mostly what happens. I'm not lying. I found hash in my passport one time. That's not a good idea. Right? Don't hide hash in your passport. That's the first place they look. Can we see your passport? No. I'll race you to the consulate. But I love weed. I'll give you another reason. I'll tell you what. For me, weed is the umami flavor of life. You understand? It's the ketchup. It's the soy sauce. It's the ranch dressing of doing shit. Some shit is cool. You put some weed on it. It's a little bit cooler. Right? Maybe it's not cool at all. Dip it in some weed. It's all right. Right? I don't like to wash dishes, but I don't mind getting high and washing dishes. You understand? You guys know what I'm talking about. Right. It takes an extra hour because I have to make a playlist. So fresh is so clean. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? That's one of the biggest myths. That's one of the biggest myths. Pot smokers never do anything. You guys are lazy. Pot smokers never do anything. Right. Pot smokers have never done anything like become president or win 8,500 gold medals swimming like a goddamn fish in the Olympics. Pot smokers do things. That's my whole point is I like to smoke weed and then go do something. Right? I'm on the golf course high as hell. And nobody says anything. Nobody snitches. This is the West Coast. What's some guy to do? He's going to run over to the game marshal. Hey, that black guy's got a bag of weed. What's he going to say? Yeah, it sounds about right. Right? You got a whiskey and a cigar. I got a blunt and a Diet Coke. It's a beautiful day. We're all having a wonderful time. One time in Sacramento, I got paired up with this random middle-aged white dude on the golf course, me and him. So right around the third hole, it was time to smooth it out. So I pulled out a fat hoot. I took a couple puffs. I did the neighborly thing. Hey, man, you want to hit? No, thank you. But do you have any crack? What the? No. And secondly, who the fuck smokes crack on the golf course? What the hell is wrong with you? That's not helping your swing. You come out like... Right drug for the right activity. That's my point. Weed in golf makes sense. Booze in golf makes sense. Crack in golf don't make a lick of sense. You understand? You don't do a bunch of crank and go to a chess tournament. You don't eat a bunch of mushrooms and try to run a marathon. Right? Like, what do you mean I'm off course? This entire planet is off course, brother. I see through your whole thing. Why am I wearing a number? I'm not a number. You guys don't do mushrooms? You just smoke weed? Let's hear it for weed. Who likes weed? And don't forget, it's not just the growers and the sellers who are going to make money off of marijuana. There's all kind of other businesses that's going to make money off of legal weed, right? I'm going to open a chain of bud and breakfast hotels. Would you come visit me at the Wake and Bake Inn? Would you come say hello? Right? Good morning. Good afternoon. Really, we don't get up that early at the Wake and Bake. Check-in's at 3. Take your time. Nothing really happens till 4:20 anyway. And when you do check in, I'm going to give you a little pot chocolate. It's going to knock you out. Right? You sleep good on your first day and shit. Wake up refreshed. Like, I feel great. Hey, you're just in time for lunch. How do you like your eggs? And listen. I talk a lot about the virtues of weed, and I'm sure maybe my daily use of marijuana for the past 20-something years has probably kept me from a few things. I will be honest, right? It looks like I will never, ever fulfill my childhood dream of becoming a ninja. Because I always forget to hide. There's a big puff of smoke. I'm still there like, shit. That's me hiding. But just because it's too late for me doesn't mean that there aren't stoner ninjas in the world. You understand? Right? Maybe I don't have empirical evidence, but I have anecdotal evidence. You ever walk down the street and you smell weed, but you don't see anybody smoking weed? Stoner ninja. All right, thanks a lot, everybody. My name's Ngaio. A wonderful day.
Ngaio Bealum. What's that?